Pain shapes you. Suffering molds you. But what happens when it's too much? The scars of deep suffering aren't always visible, but they leave lasting marks on your soul. You've been through hell, and it shows. But not in the ways you might think. There are hidden signs, subtle traits that reveal the depth of your pain. These aren't weaknesses, they're battle scars, proof of your resilience. But what if understanding these traits could be the key to your healing? In this video, we'll dive deep into the 8 traits of those who have suffered too much. We're not just scratching the surface here. We're going to uncover insights that will shake you to your core. You'll see yourself in ways you never imagined. This isn't just about recognizing pain. It's about unlocking your potential for growth. It's about turning your suffering into strength. Are you ready to face the truth about your past and reshape your future? Let's begin this journey of self-discovery together. Brace yourself. This won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Now, before we get started, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong do you feel right now? Drop your number in the comments. You're always on guard. Your eyes dart around the room, your muscles tense at the slightest sound. You're not in danger, but your body doesn't know that. This is hypervigilance, and it's your brain's way of keeping you safe. But safe from what? Think back to when you first felt this way. Maybe it was a traumatic event or years of subtle threats. Your brain learned that danger could strike at any moment, so it stays on high alert, always ready for the worst. This constant state of alertness takes a toll. You're exhausted, both mentally and physically. Simple tasks become draining. Relaxation feels impossible. You're fighting an invisible enemy, and it's wearing you down. Your relationships suffer too. Friends might see you as jumpy or paranoid. They don't understand why you can't just relax. But for you, relaxing feels like letting your guard down, and that's terrifying. But here's the truth. You're safe now. The danger has passed. Your hypervigilance served its purpose, but now it's holding you back. It's time to teach your brain that it's okay to rest, to trust, to breathe. It won't be easy, but you've survived worse. You can overcome this too. Trust feels like a luxury you can't afford. You've been burned before, betrayed, let down. Now, trust feels like a trap waiting to snap shut. You keep people at arm's length, afraid to let anyone in. It's safer this way, right? But at what cost? This deep-seated mistrust didn't come from nowhere. It's rooted in pain, in experiences that taught you that people can't be relied on. Maybe it was a parent who broke promises, a friend who turned their back, or a partner who shattered your heart. Each betrayal reinforced the lesson. Trust is dangerous. But here's the harsh truth. This mistrust is a prison of your own making. It's keeping you safe, sure, but it's also keeping you isolated. You're missing out on the warmth of true connection, the joy of shared experiences, the comfort of having someone to lean on. Relationships become a minefield. You scrutinize every word, every action, looking for signs of deceit. It's exhausting. And ironically, it often pushes away the very people who could prove your fears wrong. Your mistrust becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But listen closely. Trust isn't earned all at once. It's built slowly, brick by brick. Start small. Let someone in, just a little. Watch how they handle it. You might be surprised. The world isn't as cruel as your past experiences have led you to believe. There are people worthy of your trust, and you deserve to find them. Your emotions are a roller coaster. One moment you're fine, the next you're in tears, or rage, or despair. Your emotions swing wildly, leaving you dizzy and confused. This isn't just mood swings, it's the aftermath of too much pain. Think of your emotions like a dam. Years of suffering have created cracks. Now even the smallest trigger can cause a flood. A casual comment, a familiar smell, a certain song. Suddenly, you're drowning in feelings you can't control. This emotional roller coaster affects every part of your life. Relationships become strained as loved ones struggle to keep up with your changing moods. Work suffers when you can't predict how you'll feel from one hour to the next. You start to doubt yourself, wondering if you're crazy or too sensitive. Decision-making becomes a minefield. How can you trust your judgment when your feelings change so quickly? You might make rash choices in the heat of emotion only to regret them later. Or you might paralyze yourself with indecision, afraid to trust any feeling. But here's the truth. Your emotions aren't the enemy. They're signals trying to tell you something important. Learning to listen to them without being controlled by them is key. It's possible to find balance, to ride the waves instead of being pulled under. Your emotional intensity can become a strength, not a weakness. It starts with understanding and accepting yourself, roller coaster and all. You've mastered the art of hiding. I'm fine. 2 words, 1 big lie. You've said it so often, you almost believe it yourself. But behind that smile, behind those eyes, a storm rages. You've become an expert at hiding your pain, your fears, your true self. This mask you wear, it's not just for others, it's for you too. Facing your pain feels too overwhelming, too dangerous, so you bury it deep, layer by layer, until even you can't find it anymore. But the cost of this constant performance is high. Vulnerability feels like a luxury you can't afford. Opening up means risking rejection, judgment, or worse, pity. You've been hurt before, and you're determined not to let it happen again. So you keep your walls up, your guard high, your true self hidden. But this facade is exhausting. It's like wearing a mask that gets heavier every day. You're tired of pretending, of being someone you're not. You long for genuine connections, for people who see the real you and accept you anyway. Here's the truth. Your pain doesn't define you, but neither does your mask. The real you is still in there, waiting to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. It's scary, but letting that mask slip, even a little, can be the first step towards true healing. You don't have to face the world alone anymore. It's time to come out of hiding. Your body keeps the score. Your mind isn't the only thing carrying the weight of your past. Your body remembers too. Those headaches, that constant fatigue, the unexplained aches and pains, they're not just in your head. They're your body's way of speaking the unspeakable. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly healthy? Chronic pain, digestive issues, sleep problems, these aren't random. They're physical manifestations of emotional wounds. Your body is trying to tell you something. Are you listening? This isn't just about feeling bad. Prolonged suffering can lead to serious health issues. Heart disease, autoimmune disorders, even cancer, all have been linked to unresolved trauma. Your body is fighting a war you might not even know you're in. But here's the good news. Understanding this connection is the first step towards healing. Your body and mind aren't separate entities. They're part of the same system. Heal one, and you start to heal the other. It's time to pay attention to what your body is telling you. Those physical symptoms, they're not your enemy. They're road signs pointing the way towards healing. Listen to them, honor them, and most importantly, take action. Your body has been carrying this burden for too long. It's time to lighten the load. Hey, you've made it this far. That's no small feat. You're facing truths many people run from. If this video is hitting home, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, and if you're comfortable, share your thoughts in the comments. Your insight could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Now let's continue this journey. You're drawn to chaos. Calm feels wrong. Peace makes you uneasy. You find yourself seeking out drama, conflict, even danger. It's not that you enjoy it. It's just familiar. This is the twisted comfort of chaos for those who've suffered too much. Think about your relationships. The stable, healthy ones feel boring, but the toxic, volatile ones, they light you up. It's like a drug. The highs are intoxicating, even if the lows are devastating. You're addicted to the roller coaster. This attraction to chaos isn't just about others. You create it for yourself too. Self-sabotage becomes a habit. Just when things are going well, you find a way to blow it up. It's as if you don't believe you deserve peace. But here's the hard truth. This chaos is a form of control. In a world that once felt unpredictable and dangerous, you're now the one calling the shots. You're creating the storms instead of just weathering them. It feels like power, but it's a trap. Breaking this cycle isn't easy, but it's necessary. You deserve calm. You deserve stability. It might feel strange at first, even uncomfortable, but give it time. Learn to sit with peace, to trust it. The chaos has served its purpose. Now it's time to let it go. Empathy is your superpower and your curse. You feel everything, deeply, intensely. A friend's joy becomes your joy. A stranger's pain becomes your pain. This isn't just sympathy. It's as if you're living their experiences yourself. This heightened empathy is both a gift and a burden. Your ability to understand others is uncanny. You pick up on subtle cues most people miss. A slight change in tone, a fleeting expression. They speak volumes to you. This makes you an incredible friend, a trusted confidant. People are drawn to your compassion. But this sensitivity comes at a cost. You absorb others' emotions like a sponge. Their stress becomes your stress. Their anxiety, your anxiety. It's exhausting. You often find yourself overwhelmed, carrying the weight of not just your own feelings, but everyone else's too. This empathy can also make you vulnerable. Manipulative people might exploit your compassion. You might struggle to set boundaries, always putting others' needs before your own. It's a delicate balance between caring and self-preservation. Yet this empathy is also your path to healing. It allows you to connect deeply with others who've suffered, to create meaningful relationships, to make a real difference in the world. The key is learning to use this superpower without letting it drain you, to feel deeply but also to let go. Your empathy doesn't have to be a curse. It can be your greatest strength. You're stronger than you know. You've been through hell. You've faced pain that would break most people. Yet here you are, still standing, still fighting. This isn't just survival. It's a testament to your incredible strength, a strength you might not even realize you possess. Think about all you've endured. The sleepless nights, the days when getting out of bed felt impossible, the battles you fought in silence. Each of these moments forged something within you, a resilience that can't be broken. This strength shows up in unexpected ways. It's in your ability to keep going when everything feels hopeless. It's in your capacity to still show kindness after experiencing cruelty. It's in your courage to be vulnerable, even when you've been hurt before. But here's the thing, your strength isn't just about enduring. It's about growing, evolving. You're not just a survivor, you're a warrior. Every scar, every painful memory is a battle you've won, a lesson you've learned. It's time to recognize this power within you. to harness it. Your past doesn't define you, but it has equipped you with incredible tools. You have a depth of understanding, a well of compassion that only comes from facing adversity. Don't just survive, thrive. The world needs your strength, your story, your light. You've come this far. Imagine how far you can go. Now, check out one of these videos on your path to growth and transformation. Dive deeper. Your future self will thank you for taking this next step.